Letting go is the wind in the trees, the movement of the branches. Letting go is your heart beating and your breath coming in and out. It's just nature. The natural movement of nature is letting go, is movement. So we allow this movement of life to fully envelop us. And that begins to happen with what we refer to as awakening. Discovering, glimpsing, tasting the truth of our full, energetic, big mind, big heart. It's sort of, we can talk about energy on different levels. We can talk about physical energy like chi, prana, or we can talk about this sort of infinite energy of spacious awareness. And awakening is having that become conscious. And so ultimately, right effort, as Buddha pointed out in the Eightfold Path, is no effort, and yet 100% attention and availability. And our ego doesn't understand that because the ego, of course, on a relative plane, is all about getting it done. Figuring it out, fixing it, making it right, surviving and being comfortable and so forth. And that's fine. No, it's just that, there's this kind of pleasure in nothing in particular. How odd, right? Usually we have pleasure because we got what we wanted. And it was perfectly how I wanted it. But what about pleasure for no good reason? What about fulfillment for just being? That's what it's about.
Hi, Jon.
Hi.
So you said something earlier that kind of caught my attention. And you had said something about it's about total spaciousness, but complete attention.
Yes.
But it's not about doing. And
it's effortless effort. Yeah.
Oh. Because when I think about attention, I think about effort. Like focus.
Most people do. Most people bring effort in a way that's focused in a kind of laser attention often.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that you can actually have focused attention with a wide angle and without any effort. The zone, it's the zone, the so-called zone. Those peak experiences, when people have peak experience, it's like that.
Like
you ever play tennis? No.
Not poorly.
There's a thing called a sweet spot. If you hit it, it doesn't feel like anything happened. It's like,
I've done dance. And maybe, I think I've had that experience with dancing.
Great.
Or performing. Yeah.
Okay. Describe it.
That there's a certain point where you don't feel like you're there anymore.
Yeah. There you go. See, now you're expanding. Even as you said, can you feel it?
Yeah.
This is it. This is what I'm talking about. Beautiful. It's amazing how it just shifts like that. See, less than 5.25 seconds. It's actually instant. It's immeasurably instant. And the reason is it's already here. It's not. It doesn't happen. We discover it, that it's already here. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
And what was that? Like, I should have gotten it already. All this time I've been meditating and going to satsang and working with gurus and...
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of that, but...
No, I'm just curious because that's so helpful to look at that, not to judge it or I'm being fun, making fun a little bit, but more to be able to have a humorous attitude. Like, isn't that funny? What is it that just happened? What was that?
That was that I feel like I'm trying to figure it out. Like I'm trying to come up with a formula so that I can repeat it.
See, that's like doing another hit of something. That's the same, not to judge that, but that's the same kind of belief that somehow this is some state I want to get.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's understandable, no need to blame or judge, completely understandable. But it isn't really it isn't really true. And when you get that, then you let go of trying, then seeking can drop away. There it is, see? And then the trust is then there's a natural trust that you begin to realize you are that. You don't realize it here. This can describe it later, but it's a whole, completely, unified field of, I am that, I am this. So then it doesn't matter whether you so-called are not aware of it every second in some sense. Not in some, glorified samadhi. I mean, that's nice when you're in glorified samadhi, just wipe up the drool occasionally. Eyes up. Like those pictures of Sri Chinmoy, I just love the saints, with the arrows through them. We're all in bliss. I mean, that's nice. Bliss is great. I like bliss. It's fun. Does that help? What else? Come on.
So I guess I'm trying to figure out the best.
That's fine. You know what? Trying to figure out is fine. You can't even stop doing that.
Yeah.
Because that's that part that does that.
Yeah.
That's that part. So you go, oh wow, there it is again.
Yeah.
There's the wanting to figure out pattern. See? Feel how it's opening right now?
Not yet. Yeah.
Once you can have the perspective, this wide-angle perspective of the trying to figure out, you're not the one trying to figure out anymore. You're this that perceives this. As soon as that happens, this doesn't run it anymore. It's not in control anymore. And then it can pop like a bubble. That's why you feel the opening here. That's what happens. And this is really helpful, our sitting here, because there's another layer of what? Something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you notice that. There's layers of wanting to understand or wanting to make it happen or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's all the parts of us that are programmed, DNA, reptilian, whatever, that want to survive and become, that's fine, that's our human nature. You don't have to change that or fix it. See, now the emotion's moving, which is good. So we begin to accept our humanity. This is so important. Because then, this is what I mean by forgiving ourselves for being human, giving ourselves permission for being human. I talk about this a lot. This is happening right now. This is so important, so that we don't say, oh, well, I shouldn't have that come up. That must mean I'm, or whatever, you know. No, it's not a problem. Not a problem.
I think there's a part of me that's been trying for so long.
Sure. It's tired.
Yeah. It's really
weary. Many people are weary of the path.
Amen.
Especially Ted. I'm teasing him because he's. No, it is really, you know, I mean, I fortunately had, I don't know if it was fortunate, but I did have two parents who were extremely strong-willed people, and I think I needed that to have whatever incredibly strong will I had at 16 that was ready to check out, if you know what I mean. I mean, really. And instead awakened. But it took that kind of will, it took that kind of determination. And everyone here has that at some level. It takes tremendous, you know, there's a point, yes, I know where you're going. You put in every ounce of human effort until you discover the effortless effort. And once you do that, that is what I would call the end of seeking. But until then, you absolutely need to practice and work hard until you realize what it is that you've been looking for. Do you understand? What are you feeling? What's the emotion saying? What is that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what practice is anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just using that sort of generally.
Yeah.
You've already awakened. You already know your true nature. That's why when I say, can you feel this opening? You go, yeah, that's it. Okay. People go, this is it? There's all those famous stories. This? Well, yeah. But it's bigger than you think. It's more amazing than you realize. I mean, people then have these big kundalini blowouts. I mean, I had those decades ago. I mean, I forgot about them. It's like, yeah, big deal. So you had a big kundalini thing. Great. It destabilized you for 3 years. Okay, whatever. Did you finally figure out how to get back into life? I mean, that's just a valve opening up, basically. You know, that's great. There are all kinds of openings that happen along the way. You're totally open right now. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
Good. You need to keep coming up here and being reminded that you are this and you've already discovered it. So now you get to find out how to be this, how to live from here, and how to take care of your human who's been working so hard.
Are you really serious that I've already awakened?
That's the part of you that's never going to ever believe it. Yes. But you don't realize it yet. You have access to it. You are able to feel it and tune into it as you are right now, the second. So I'm here to mirror that and acknowledge that for you. But some part of you has still got some idea about it or something about it that is keeping you from fully immersing in it. And that is what is your practice, is to find out how to keep re-immersing in it until that part isn't believed anymore. Okay?
Okay.
All right. That was nice. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let the silence of your whole being speak for itself. Really trust that open space of not knowing. Because you really are this awareness. Be gentle with yourself. Be forgiving. Be willing to ask yourself if your negative belief is really true. And then just trust that your guidance system is working perfectly for you each moment. Even when it feels like you're lost or messed up or on the wrong track or something. See if you can find that place where you begin to trust that, wow, I guess this really is beyond my ability to understand. How does this work? How is this universe happening? It doesn't take a lot of thinking to realize the obvious truth, which is that we are completely clueless. And every person that I have been lucky enough to be very close to, realized, beautiful person, every one of them would be the first to admit that. Be well.